Hey everybody, this is a tutorial on how to put together your do-it-yourself robot. In your baggie, if you open it up and neatly spread it in front of you, you'll find everybody will have some different pipe cleaners or balls or something to decorate your robot with. They're all going to be different, so you can be creative about how you use them. A couple of paper clips, a set of googly eyes, a vibrating motor, a battery, and what are these? Clothespin. So what you're going to do, I'm going to use a hot glue gun. If you're doing this, regardless of what you use, I want you to find a parent or a babysitter or a grandparent or anybody that is older to help you put this together. I'm going to be using a glue gun. You can use duct tape or regular tape or glue. Glue is going to be hard because you're going to have to wait a long time for it to dry. But I would, if I were you, stick with a duct tape or a glue gun. So I'm going to be showing with a glue gun. Now this is all however you want to make it, but I'm going to show you the basic process. So you can color your paper clip. You can color it with markers or whatever if you want to. I'm going to make one that's a little bit like a bug. So I'm going to take one of my pipe cleaners that I rolled up into a tube, and I'm going to glue it on the top. I'm just going to push it down. Remember, don't get that glue on your hands. It really hurts. And then I took a ball with another pipe cleaner to make kind of a head, and I'm going to just glue my googly eyes onto the front of it. And then I'm going to glue the head onto the front of this. Actually, the front, so the back where the paper clip opens is going to be the back. It tends to move that way. Is that right? But you want your head on this end, okay? It doesn't really matter. You'll see when I show you a couple of made ones how they move, so it makes it either way. Oftentimes they move kind of backwards anyways. We're all flexible and the robots are cute regardless. So there's my little kind of caterpillar shape. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my paper clips and I'm going to unfold them. And then with this I want them kind of the same length on both sides, so I just kind of crimp this side down or leave it bent like that. But just so they're about the same length, because these are the legs. Again, you can be creative with this. You can always cut them if you have it's easiest with like a tin snipper or something like that. To cut them. A scissors doesn't work great to cut them, but again, it doesn't. Nothing has to be perfect. So now I take my legs and I'm going to glue them on the bottom. You might have 2 paper clips. You might have 3. It's a little bit up to you. A little bit what came in your bag. Again, it's not going to affect these too much. Now you just have to kind of wait for this glue to dry a little bit. This takes just a minute. And then what we're going to do next, I'm going to try to set that up to dry. Whoop. What I'm going to do next, hey Jojo, will you come over here and hold this for a minute, please? What we're going to do next is we're going to take, so this is the vibrating motor, and the idea is if you look at there's a red and a blue wire coming off of them. If you touch to the battery, one of these wires on each side of the battery will make the motor vibrate, and that's what's going to make your robot move. What I did, if you look at this, I stripped a little bit of the red and blue off of the wire to just expose a little bit more of the wire. It makes it a lot easier to work with. If you only have that tiny bit of wire showing, it's harder to line it up and get it to actually sit on the battery and make it move. So I stripped a little bit to strip it. I don't have very strong fingernails, but I kind of held my fingernail down like this, and you just pull and pull where you want it, and eventually that will strip off. There's tools that do it too, but if you don't have the tool, that works fine. So what I do here is I take one wire to the bottom, and I use a tiny piece of duct tape. You don't have to film duct tape. A tiny piece of duct tape, and I push it really, that has to have really good contact with the battery, so I really kind of push that hard onto there. Okay, and then I take on the back side of my motor is a little sticky thing I remove, and I stick my motor onto my robot about halfway up. You just want the wires pointing back again towards the part that opens, right? And you want them on each side like that. Now I'm gonna put my battery, I'm gonna open this, and you just have to keep this open. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of glue in there. You don't have to do this part, but it does make it a lot easier so the battery doesn't keep falling out. And I'm gonna put the duct tape side down onto that glue and just close it and kind of pinch it hard. Now to make it move, I just take my red wire, and again I pinch it, and I pinch the red wire just under that. You guys can't hear it or see it, but that just makes it vibrate. So now it's vibrating, so when I set it down, it should move around. So actually, had I put the head, it doesn't really matter. Remember we were saying where we wanted to put the head? If you put the head here, it might look like it's moving forward a little bit more. It's totally up to you. You can also, if yours isn't moving well, a nice smooth surface, and you can play with the legs, push the legs closer together. It sometimes makes them move faster. Farther apart makes them move a little bit slower, but they move around. There's also some other, we made a couple, the kids made a couple other, and I made a couple other prototypes. You can make one like this that kind of stands up, and then it just leans back on those legs. And then here's like a little dragonfly, butterfly, something. Yeah, I think so. Same kind of thing. And you just want to disconnect that red top wire whenever you're done, or the battery will run out. So there you go. Enjoy, have fun, be creative. We'd love to see pictures or videos of what you do.